This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
I'm going to go with underrated today, and it's Hickeys.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to go with overrated Hickeys.
No, I think they're awesome. I think it's like really cool to show the world that you're a little bit weird and that you really like your person.
Do you think that Hickeys start to make a comeback every time there's a new vampire show or movie out? Because I remember when True Blood was a big deal. Mm-hmm. My girlfriends and I would watch it, and I was like, maybe I need a Hickey in my life. I've never really had a Hickey.
You haven't?
No. My sister would always have one, and we knew because she had a boyfriend, and she was the oldest out of us three girls, and we'd know when she had a Hickey because she'd wear a turtleneck to the dinner table, and we'd be like, why are you wearing a turtleneck? And we knew she was covering up a Hickey because my dad would have killed her if he saw it.
Yeah, I got pegged in the neck paintballing once, and it looked like a Hickey. And the amount of comments I got, like, whoa, what's that you got there? And I just felt like a real star. So that's why I think they're underrated, is that they're like a showing of love.
There's
and kink.
A couple on the Netflix show Love is Blind. And there's the scene where they're meeting each other's parents for the first time. And the guy has a full-on Hickey on his neck. The first time he's meeting this girl's father. Doesn't even think to cover it up.
You're rocking one? You got one?
I did, yeah.
Is this a regular occurrence with your wife, or was it something you weren't expecting?
She tried doing it a couple months ago, but it just kind of randomly happened. I don't know. This whole pandemic, I've been really getting in really, really good shape, and I think it's working with her.
She's just like, I want to suck on your neck. Your neck muscles.
My chest. And like the side of my pec.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so are you wearing it proud at work? Do you show people, or are you trying to cover it up?
You got like a real deep V-neck going?
It's on the side of my chest, so I don't usually go around outside at work in -10 with no shirt on, but it's not a bad idea, I guess.
All right.
Showcase.
Yeah, well, we're happy that you're having a good time, and congrats on getting in great shape.
Thank you, sir.
If you really want one, Lisa, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
I can go to the closet here at work and grab the station vacuum.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we could go to the closet and do 7 minutes in heaven. I was going to be like, that's inappropriate.
I don't think I'm allowed to ask that at work.
I think that this is a great initiative for our listeners. Go out this weekend and get a Hickey. Make that your goal. I know most people are like, oh, I want to finish my laundry by 10 a.m. No,
it's the weekend of Hickeys.
It is the weekend of Hickeys. And then on Monday, I think we should start a thread online, and everyone can showcase how good their Hickey looks.
Play 107.
So my daughter has a new hobby, which is building like the Lego kits, which are awesome but expensive.
Very expensive, but a really cool hobby. I overheard you giving her a bit of a pep talk last night, and I thought it was such amazing parenting advice, and being able to overhear it, I was like, oh, I gotta document this. So I pulled up my notes section of my phone to write it down, and you're just doing it without even realizing how amazing it is. But in that moment, I was like, oh, I think I secretly needed this advice too. So Charlie was very upset about screwing up her Lego, and she was sobbing and wanting to give up. And I overheard you go...
By the way, she's 23.
No, she's 10. And I just overheard you in a very calming voice. You're not going, why are you crying? Like, what a silly thing to cry about. It's just Lego. Like some parents might do. I don't know. In a calm voice, you just said, it's okay. You're safe. You're playing with a toy. There's no time limit on this. When you finish, you'll look back on the challenges you pushed through to get to the end and be proud of your accomplishments. That's what it's all about. And I heard her take a deep breath and take a couple steps back and see where she screwed up.
Yeah.
And then she started again and was completely fine. The fact that that was your advice to a 10-year-old who was getting frustrated with her Lego, I was crying in the other room. Well, I just think you're so good at giving advice to a 10-year-old that in that moment, she doesn't realize how amazing that advice is. She absorbed it. She processed it. But I wish somebody would talk to me like that on a daily basis.
You can pay somebody to.
I know you can, but You're giving it out for free.
Well, you missed the part right before that where I said, like, you're crying over Lego and there are kids that are stuck in the middle of the war overseas. So that's what the line about you're safe came from.
Yeah.
So it maybe wasn't quite as gentle as the part you heard.
So when she was sobbing in your mind, were you kind of like, all right, get a grip?
No.
Like that was what you were thinking?
You know what?
She's so young, right?
That's what they're there for. Like, that's what being a kid is about, is experiencing those emotions, navigating heavy feelings. I'm here for it, no matter what emotion she's going through.
You let her experience them.
Exactly.
And then you give her a bit of a pep talk about it.
Well, I think just some clarity with what's going on right now. Like, she was making a pretty big deal about not being able to get the Lego, and that's okay. But you also have to remember, like, in the grand scheme of things, you're playing with a toy. So when you're older, you know that you can't necessarily react like that to every challenge that comes your way. But right now, go for it.
Kenny just wrote in, wow, I have goosebumps. Amazing, Ryder. I know.
Thanks.
I do feel like you should write a book or have a parenting podcast because it is like nothing I've ever seen before.
Really?
When you're
I
raising
didn't think...
You're so good at it, Ryder. I don't think you understand how well-rounded your daughter is going to be when she grows up. She already is well-rounded. Tracy just wrote in saying, my son is 7. He has a massive Lego collection. He builds the 18-plus sets on his own already. It's insane. He built the 1989 Batmobile by himself in 3 days. Yeah, the whole Lego thing with kids is taken off. When we were young, all we got was just that big blue box.
Just the square one.
It was just like a pail.
Yeah.
And they're like, have fun. Build a bigger square.
Lisa has a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. I think that there's a shortage of cream cheese in the world because there's a certain establishment that's hogging all of the tubs of cream cheese. You know who I'm talking about.
Is there a cream cheese shortage?
I feel like there was a headline once that I didn't click on. I just read it and believed it for the rest of my life.
Sounds about right. Okay. So who is causing the shortage of cream cheese?
Mr. Horton.
Tim Hortons.
I stopped to get a bagel before work this morning for the first time in quite some time. And
yesterday you had a bagel before work.
Yeah, Ryder, why are you saying that?
Well,
like, obviously I don't want people to know I've done it 2 days in a row.
I just thought maybe you forgot.
Okay, so I stopped to get a bagel yesterday and today for the first time in quite a while. Yeah. And I feel like I can take on the world because I consumed what seemed to have been an entire container of cream cheese both mornings. You're trying to tell me that I have to beg for an extra packet of ketchup, yet you're going to give me 4 pounds of herb and garlic cream cheese? Do you know how expensive cream cheese is? When I'm making buffalo chicken dip, $20 of that is Philadelphia cream cheese. You're just throwing it around like it's nothing. Dude, put that in your pocket and sell it on the side.
Yeah.
It is so expensive.
Well, as a pickle eater, and I know a lot of my other picklers out there will agree, it is frustrating when you have to, plead with them to give me enough extra pickles that I can enjoy my burger.
You have to lie to them and say it's your birthday.
Pretty much, yeah. Whereas, the cream cheese, which is much more expensive than pickles, is just getting lathered on. Like, too much.
They're putting so much on, and it's not even only that. They're smearing it all over your bag. They're putting it on top of your coffee.
Yeah, it's a free-for-all back there.
Why do they not care about the cream cheese? And why isn't there a manager on duty that's coming around saying, that's way too much cream cheese?
Yeah.
Because clearly every single employee at every single fast food place is being told you cannot give more than 1 ketchup packet
Right.
out.
McChicken sauce, we're going to start charging for it.
Yeah, they start charging for that.
But cream cheese, have at her.
How much cream cheese do you think they would put on my bagel if I asked for extra
cream cheese?
I need to go and try it. This needs to be an experiment on our show. If I were to roll through and say, can I get some extra cream cheese on my bagel this morning? I wouldn't be able to fit that bagel in my car.
Are we ready for Unsung Heroes?
Always.
This is where we give shout-outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the love and attention they deserve. Let me be your hero.
Shout out to everyone who's out there rising and grinding. also known as deleting their cringy Facebook memories from 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to St. Patrick's Day coming up at a time when not a lot of us are used to drinking draft beer.
Yeah, that's true. Could be rough.
The beer will be green on St. Patrick's Day, and you will be the next day.
Shout out to fire alarms being louder in the staircase we all have to use over the hallways in the actual offices. Can we switch the staircase sound to something quieter and more maybe motivating, like the Mario theme song?
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, it would.
Or like Sandstorm. That would get me out of there, down the stairs quicker.
So true.
Shout out to the war and insane gas prices and overall inflation for overshadowing the pandemic. Hey, at least it's nice outside.
Shout out to whoever put their shovel away as soon as it was March 1st. The jerk store called, and they're running out of you.
Shout out to a fun night I have planned where I'm going to go to Batman, the Batman, in theaters. But first, I'm going to go out for dinner.
Oh, no.
I thought it was going to work.
It was a good attempt. No, don't try it again. And shout out. Hey, not bad, not bad.
Thanks.
Last but not least, shout out to, like Ryder said, the gas prices. I haven't seen something this high since that time someone convinced me to do blades at a house party.
No, please. And finally, shout out to my financial advisor for helping me set up a line of credit for an investment I'm really excited about. I can't wait to reap the benefits of being the brand new owner of a half a tank of gas.
The Batman is in theaters. Now, there's been a lot of people that have portrayed Batman in the past. I mean, Christian Bale has been an incredible Batman. Ben Affleck was okay. Michael Keaton was good. Val Kilmer, of course. George Clooney.
Man, when you actually name them all, there are a ton of them, eh?
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson is the latest Batman. And as soon as he was hired for the role, I immediately was like, oh, he's going to crush it. Like, I'm so excited for this movie. I think it's going to be incredible. Him and Zoe Kravitz, I think they're the sexiest Batman Catwoman duo so far. That's just my personal opinion. I've been working on my Batman impression, and I want to know your thoughts.
You've been not only working on your Batman impression, you've been bragging about it relentlessly.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you think I'm good at it?
I was pleasantly surprised, yeah. So I've written down some things, and I'm going to just pull them out of a hat.
Okay.
They could say anything, and I want you to try to say them like Batman, okay?
The Batman.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
First one.
No, I don't want to say that.
Hey, play the game.
I, Lisa Evans, am a really bad driver.
It's pretty good. All right, let's try this one.
Roses are red. True love is rare. Booty, booty, booty. Rockin' everywhere.
The impression is great.
Okay, next quote here. Why are you doing this to me? Give me some cool quotes like, where are the drugs? Or whatever he says in
No, do it.
Dark Knight.
Play the game.
My armpits smell like roadkill.
Okay, two more, all right?
Okay.
I really hope you get the one.
Ryder's naked body is a work of art. I can't. I'm starting to lose it.
No, you... Okay,
I'm
commit.
starting to lose it because I can't feel like I'm in character when I'm saying ridiculous things. Okay, next one.
Last one.
Okay. Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo doo.
Starting on Monday, we have a new contest called the 1K Wordplay. That's going to happen at about 10 to 8 every weekday morning.
We are so excited about this.
How long have I been trying to convince the boss to like put up some cash for this specific contest?
6 months?
I would say closer to 3 years. I
really?
love the idea of this contest.
Okay, so let's break it down. Again, this is going to start, we're going to launch it on Monday, but we want to give you a bit of a rundown just so you can know what to expect and you can tell your friends to play along as well.
So you'll either pick Lisa or myself to be your teammate. They will then leave the room. The other person will give you 5 words. You let us know the first word that comes to mind when you hear that word. For example,
cheese.
Bread. It might be what I go with.
I would think cake. So that's why this game is really fun to not only play, but also listen to.
Mm-hmm. And you win some cash for every answer that lines up with your teammate. And if you get all 5 right, you get $1,000.
Yep. So who do you trust more? Whose brain do you think is on par with yours?
Well, and here's another example of one. Like if I said the word right, what would you say?
Wing.
Really? Yeah, that probably wouldn't win anybody money. I was thinking like either wrong or left, because the first word that can come to mind is an opposite quite often as well, right?
Yeah.
It's a really fun game, and we're excited to bring it to you. The 1K wordplay starts Monday morning.
Yep. So like Ryder said, for every word you match, you score $25. You get all 5 right, you win $1,000. So be listening for that cue to call. You got to be the 7th caller. And again, this launches on Monday. We're so excited. It's official. Kim Kardashian has officially dropped West from her name across social media platforms.
I like how you said officially the second time really quiet because you had already said it once. You're like, officially, she dropped it officially.
Well, because originally I was going to say it on my own. And then I was reading a headline after. And then I went, oh, no.
Allow myself to introduce myself. But yeah, that's a big step, right?
It is. And obviously Kanye's not over her.
Yeah.
His latest music video is him
really strange,
carrying around Pete Davidson's head
like a decapitated doll version.
Yeah, it's grim.
You're an adult and like you have children with this woman. Mm-hmm. Get it together, man.
So that's a thing. But when Kim Kardashian changed her name, we knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. But let's think of people in our personal lives that all of a sudden change their name on social media. And you go, oh, what's happening here?
Yeah, like if they start going with their middle name.
The middle name is a big indicator that something's happening.
Becomes their last name,
and then you feel kind of guilty because you start creeping. Mm-hmm. You can't help it.
And then they show the way algorithms are built. If you visit somebody's profile, you're going to start seeing more of their stuff.
Other clues are things like inspirational quotes.
Or like promiscuous pictures.
Yep, a lot more selfies. And the thing with Kim Kardashian is she pretty much invented the selfie. She has a book that's just a bunch of selfies of her. So she's been posting selfies when she was single, when she's been married. So that wouldn't be a clue for her. But her dirty laundry is being aired worldwide. So,
but for
we're
most,
not talking about her.
If they all of a sudden like have a picture of them like smoldering at the camera, just even a little bit, you're like, oh, that's new for them. They don't normally do that. Single.
They're
back
ready
on the hunt.
Ready to mingle. Good for them.
Do you think it's ready to mingle, or do you think it's I'm just going to make my ex-partner a little bit jealous here?
Yeah, I've been there.
Where like after a breakup, you'll post like a real hot picture.
Yeah.
What was the one story you had where I think you were at a club or something and you uploaded a picture? You tried to make somebody jealous, an ex-boyfriend, when you got home and you failed miserably?
Because
I don't remember.
Because it was a picture that was uploaded that my boob was hanging out by accident. Is that the story you're talking about? Because that's another situation too.
Okay. Yeah. You just had one flopped out?
Yeah. I was wearing like a corset top.
Okay.
And it was my first night out. Like Halloween, you go all out. Like you drink. Not everyone does, but I did, especially post breakup.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to go online. It was back when you would like plug in your camera and upload an album of like a bunch of pictures from that night.
Uh-huh.
And there was one specifically that my top was down a bit too much. And like that day, I was like, oh, I'm going to wake up today. My ex-boyfriend's going to text me. No, I woke up to several texts from friends being like, you need to delete that picture.
Photo 17 from the album you uploaded last night. You may want to have a look at. What year was that?
No, you're not finding it. It was deleted the next morning. That shame over was next level too.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.